We're ready for the start of the Jim Beam 1990. And they're off. And toward the inside, that's Bright again. On the outside, it's Private School moving up. Out in the middle of the racetrack, tight spot. Now passing the stands for the first time. Private School with Scott Miller taking the lead by a head. Bright again and Craig Perret at the rail moves up, and those two now match strides with tight spot. Caught third on the outside and wide. 7 spades between horses fourth. Pat Day has Summer Squall at the rail. Fifth now moving up to fourth, but saving ground. Now around the turn, moving to the backstretch. Bright again leads by a half. Private School second. Tight spot on the outside third. Summer Squall, the favorite at the rail, is fourth behind horses. 2 back, 7 spades fourth. Make that fifth by a head. On the outside, that's Fighting Fantasy. At the rail, it's Sluky. Then comes Top Snob, a gap of 2, and Power Lunch. On the outside yonder is the trailer, 10th and last, about 10 lengths off the lead. Back on the front end, Bright again has the lead now by half a length. Tight spot on the outside is right there, second 3 parts of a length. And at the rail, it's Summer Squall third. Just a length and a half off the leader. Fighting Fantasy has moved up into fourth position along the inside. Sluky and Private School drops back. The half in 46 and 3/4 in 111 and 2. Midway on the turn. Bright again holding strong. On the inside, Summer Squall looks for racing room. Tight spot is next, and Fighting Fantasy on the outside is not gaining. Power Lunch is moving up, and here comes Yonder, finding room along the inside, and now fourth and flying. At the top of the stretch, Summer Squall takes command on the outside, but Bright again battles back. Those two inside the 8th ball, and down the stretch they come. Summer Squall takes command, with Pat Day aboard, now pulling away by 2. Bright again is second, the others are far back. Here's the finish of the Jim Beam. Summer Squall by 2.5.
So let's watch number 6 today get out of the gate. None of them wearing mudcocks. We're ready for the start. The Bluegrass. And they're off. And toward the inside, Summer Squall right with his Kendar Alakbar. Then 1 back is Shotgun Scott third ahead. Land Rush on the outside is fourth. And Unbridled at the back of the pack fifth as they round the clubhouse turn. Is Kendar Alakbar on the outside, and Summer Squall skimming the rail, now grabs command with Pat Day aboard. The favorite, Summer Squall, now in front by a tight length. Is Kendar Alakbar is second by a length and a half. Along the inside, Shotgun Scott, third by a head. On the outside, Land Rush is right there, fourth, only 2 off the leader, and the trailer is Unbridled. Down the backstretch, the first quarter in 23 and 4/5 seconds, and Summer Squall has the lead by half a length. Is Kendar Alakbar on the outside, is second. Shotgun Scott with Dave Penn at the rail, saves ground, but there goes Land Rush moving up on the outside. Unbridled is still at the back of the pack fifth, the half in 47 and 4. Going to the far turn. Summer Squall leads ahead. Is Kendar Alakbar on the outside, challenges 3 wide. Here comes Land Rush to challenge. 3 of them across the track around the far turn. From the inside, Summer Squall on the outside, though, there goes Land Rush with Cordero taking command by a head. Day lets another notch out, and Summer Squall moves to challenge. Here comes Unbridled from the back of the pack. Now third on the outside and gaining on the top 2. Straightening away in the stretch. Land Rush on the outside with a short lead. Here comes Summer Squall, again with a burst of speed toward the inside. Those two battling through the lane. Summer Squall on the inside. From the outside, Land Rush, and down the stretch they come. Summer Squall in front now by 3 parts of the length. Land Rush on the outside in second. Here's the finish. Summer Squall by a length and 3.
These are in a battle, and Summer Squall never ever forget the kind of courage this horse has got, the kind of guts he showed us in the Hopeful Stakes last summer at Saratoga. He's down tight on the rail, he fights back. Pat Day really hasn't turned his stick over, but what does this mean for Louisville? This was not as easy a race as many people thought he would have today. It certainly will get him tight, but it shouldn't have him come up empty.
Okay, the horse with 28 owners. Ray Cottrell Sr., they could have possibly won the Illinois Derby. She wanted the horse to run here. Number 7, Unbridled, could win this race today, ridden by the talented Craig Perret, owned by 92-year-old Frances Genter. She's owned horses. Number 11, here is the joint favorite, Summer Squall from the Dogwood Stable, Cott Campbell, and the 28 owners. Neil Howard, the trainer, and Pat Day looking, remember, for that first Derby win on his...
squeeze plays there, and I believe that Unbridled caught the worst of it as they moved out of the starting gate. And now passing the stands for the first time, Real Cash has the early lead, and on the outside, Fighting Fantasy into the second spot. Mr. Frisky is right there between horses. 36 Red is fourth, and on the outside here comes Burnt Hills. The Summer Squall is seventh at this point, passing under the finish line the first time. Fighting Fantasy on the outside takes command. Along the inside, it's Real Cash into second, and Mr. Frisky is right there with the leaders. Three of them across the track. Then 36 Red is fourth along the inside. Burnt Hills on the outside is fifth by 5. Summer Squall is sixth at this point. Dr. Bobby A is seventh. Then Land Rush with Cordero on the outside, 8th. Pendleton Ridge is 9th. Silver Ending is 10th and gaining on the outside. Unbridled is 11th. Pleasant Tap trapped in on the rail, racing 12th. 3.5 lengths farther back, Killer Diller is next. Then 5 to Video Ranger, and the trailer is Power Lunch, 15th and last, and about 25 lengths off the leaders. And the leaders right now, along the inside, that's Real Cash holding on to the lead by a head. Mr. Frisky with Gary Stevens on the outside challenging. Those two match strides as they round the far turn. On the inside, it's Real Cash. On the outside, it's Mr. Frisky, 2.5 back. That's 36 Red, and Summer Squall is charging up on the outside. Summer Squall with a rush into third. Unbridled is fourth, and moving quickly on the extreme outside. Pleasant Tap behind a wall of horses is fifth as the field turns for home. Summer Squall toward the inside. Unbridled out in the middle of the racetrack. Charges up to challenge. Those two are heads apart. Unbridled on the outside, and Summer Squall at the rail. And down the stretch they come. Unbridled takes command. Summer Squall is second. It's 6 lengths farther back to Pleasant Tap. Along the inside, Mr. Frisky is out of it, and through the stretch and to the wire. The 116th run for the Roses goes to Unbridled with Jock.
Gates are closed. No turning back now. They're all set. Fields sent on their way for the Preakness Stakes. Fighting Notion broke quickly and has pushed to an early lead. Mr. Frisky comes up on the outside to get second. Summer Squall is right there with Kentucky Jazz now going up third. Music Prospector is down at the rails, 6 off the leaders. JR's Horizon on the outside of that, then back to Baron DeVoe. Unbridled is back 8 lengths off the leader, and Land Rush is the early trailer. They head to the 7/8 pole. It's still Fighting Notion out here setting the pace. He's trying to go as slow as he can. Gary Stevens won't go and pressure him. No, he's trying to conserve Mr. Frisky. Got him on a tight rein there in second. Then we come back to Kentucky Jazz in third. Here's Summer Squall in fourth. He's 5 lengths off the leader. Down at the rail comes Music Prospector. Then it's JR's Horizon. Unbridled now starts to move up on the outside. He's 5 wide and 6 lengths off the lead. Land Rush trying to find a way through. They have a half mile left to go. Still a long shot Fighting Notion. But Mr. Frisky is just breathing down his neck, waiting to go and pounce on him. It's another 3 lengths back to Kentucky Jazz. Summer Squall is going well in third down at the rail now. He's going up third. And on the outside of him, Unbridled has not been as. And there goes Unbridled with a gold cap. He's still hard held and tugging his way up into third. At the top of the lane, Fighting Notion's kicking on. Mr. Frisky's not finding. Summer Squall, Unbridled though, is still cruising up on the outside. Craig Perrette gives him his head now, and Unbridled takes the lead. Summer Squall tries to go with him on the inside. It's these two, Summer Squall and Unbridled. Summer Squall is going the better of the two with a 16th to go, and Summer Squall has turned the tables on Unbridled. It's Summer Squall and Pat Day to win the Preakness from Unbridled. Mr. Frisky a distant third, then Music Prospector, Fighting Notion, Land Rush, Kentucky Jazz, Baron DeVoe, and JR's Horizon.
Derby, they're all in line. And they're off. Summer Squall was squeezed back at the start. And as they come by us for the first time, it's Mr. Nasty, It's Always You, and the Grey Colt Runaway Stream. Those 3 battling heads apart. Chaz Wim is up with the early pace in 4th. A gap of 2 back to Sports View 5th. Zalapur is on the inside 6th. Challenge My Duty is 7th. Tease Prospect is 8th. Summer Squall trails the field after being squeezed back. He's about 10 lengths off the lead. The quarter was 22 and 3. They get set for the run up the back stretch now. It's Mr. Nasty, who is bouncing along by a length and a half. Runaway Stream is just off the speed second. Another neck back to It's Always You is on the outside third. Now about 4 back to Chaz Wim. He's dropped back a bit off the pace and is running fourth. Another length back to both Sportsview and Zalapur. Those two together, they're both about 5.5 lengths behind. And then it's another 4 back to Challenge My Duty. Summer Squall is yet to pick up any ground on the leader. The trailer, T's Prospect. They're through the half in 46 flat. And they're 3/8 out now. Here comes Zalapur going after Mr. Nasty. Zalapur now has the lead. On the outside, Sportsview to challenge second. And now Summer Squall with a dramatic and sudden burst of speed has picked up the leaders. Pat Day moves him to the inside as they turn for home. It's Summer Squall who has seized command with a furlong to the finish. Summer Squall by a length and a half. On the outside, Challenge My Duty second, Sportsview is third. Summer Squall is now drawing out late. Summer Squall by 2, by 3, by 4. Here he is, folks. Summer Squall has won it.